just on a little break.
Into the dark. The rains return.
You found them, Em. The Fates. They told me so themselves. Figured I'd spread the word, being a messenger and all. And you know what? They're right. Sounds like their time away gave them a change of heart.
Greater might. There.
Did you now? Just when I thought they left the lot of us for good. Don't quite know what to make of their new prophecy, but time eventually will always tell with those.
Oh, hello.
This is for you. Your headmistress informed me that you finally located the three fates. Then all is finally set right. Although I feel as before, perhaps they wish to see what shall transpire if we each continue plotting out the course of our own lives. Dark side.
Together we shine. Don't be frightened. Be at peace. Made it through.
Please enjoy. Are at last returned, and that is well. Thus your assistance with my quandary is complete. But as to whether you discovered them or they decided to return remains unclear. They create far more questions now than I.
Why, hello there.
Here's to the success of Arachne's garments, dyes, and fabrics, whenever the time comes. I find it helps always having something to look forward to, even if it's a way off.
Why, this is very gracious of you, my friend. And I'd embrace you if I could only reach. And you are so willing, but I'd best appreciate you from afar.
But I'm not far. I'm here. And I want you to know, I'm glad you haven't changed. If you did, I might have lost you.
You'd sooner lose me now, since I am rather small. But thank you, truly. I used to think you were just saying things to pity me, but now I know you're not.
You might not believe this, Arachne, but recently I met the Fates themselves. All three of them.
Oh, you did you? And did you happen to see what they were working on? I like to keep up with the latest happenings in the weaving world.
Well, if anything, I got the sense that they were in between projects and might be weaving less from here on out.
Sounds like they just couldn't keep up. But that's all right. The old always have to make way for the young and the new. And before you get too worried that I'm speaking out of turn, I don't think they'll notice little old me.
Away she goes. Got you.
There.
Here, little fish. Got away. It's done.
There she is. The crow cutters of the Morrigan. Now there's a dangerous combination. Much like the phantom goddesses who wielded them.
Sister Artemis described the Morrigan as another threefold goddess of shadow, but of a different age and place. I always thought you were one of a kind, headmistress.
Or perhaps the Morrigan was so enamored of my peerless technique that I became a source of influence. What other explanation could there be? Frost flames burn. Total eclipse. enter shadow now.
I passed the test.
How fare you, little one?
Grandfather. Good news, Grandfather. The three fates have returned, and they didn't mention any reprisal when it comes to you. On the contrary, they promised a new age would dawn.
Aye, but that is good news. Particularly the no reprisal part. And it is a relief to know the three have navigated out of temporary exile. But what is this about a new age?
Well, it sounds as though they're not planning to weave as much as they used to. And at some point, the gods apparently will hold less sway over mortals' lives.
But that is reminiscent of the golden age in which I ruled. Of course, once you've lived sufficient eons, you begin to see such patterns circulating constantly. That which is old becomes the new. How fares our family with all this?
I think we're all having to give it some consideration, though we'll have plenty of time. This age may not be soon.
Perhaps not, but even still, this age may arrive before you know it. Take it from me.
Time can move swiftly. Onward. The air's thick. The water spouts. Might be a better path. Some bones.
So I can't pay. You really want to hear me say it again, huh? All right, fine. How thoughtful. How thoughtful. That's my line. But you know what? I'm starting to think you might not be so thoughtful after all.
Narcissus, please. It's not my wish to offend. You don't have to take the nectar if you don't want it. I just noticed you don't seem to have much of it around. Have you even tried it?
What do you mean, tried it? Tried it how? All I've tried to do, Laurel, is look into these longing eyes in peace. Though I'll accept your nectar just this once. For the last time, okay? I don't know how to thank you for the water cleaning thing. So crisp and clear. I can see every perfect feature on this vase. You've got a real future in water sanitation.
Perhaps the improved image quality will help you start to notice details other than yourself. The effect of the purification should last longer if you do.
What I'm trying to say is, I've decided to give you the greatest gift of all that I've received. So here's something from my private reserve.
Oh, thank you.
Help yourself.
Stardust. Let me show you the way. Be free.
Get out of here.
The King Vermin. Got you again, O King.
Everybody here is going off about the Fates deciding to show up unceremonious, to which I say, so what? Nobody knows what they're doing, them least of all. Mayhap I'm just jealous they'll be taking time off work. No problem.
Such strength.
Hey. Don't have Olympus helping me. Only fair neither should you.
I'm good, thanks.
Not good enough, huh?
Pinhead's there. Cooked fish.
The possibilities.
With the grace of the moon.
On to the next phase.
Olympus, I accept this message. Hail, boatman.
You called it, Rox. Looks like we got a hit, little girls. Where's our security? Oh, it's right here.
Still, I love you!
Which keepsake now?
We're with you.
To firmer ground. Good find. Silence. In we go.
Discovered after all, and they intend to take a break from all their traditional manipulations. I do not entirely believe it, but war would be so exhilarating were its victors never preordained.
Flourish. Like hands. Healing.
Located at last, our messenger excitedly reports. I trust they shall resume safeguarding our dominion from here on, even if it means having to pull the strings a bit from time to time. A small price to be paid.
Could get going now. Echo, I have to talk to you. I have to talk to you, to talk to you, to talk to you. I was able to assist Narcissus with a certain plight, and you seem to have let go of him yourself. But as for you, the way you are, I sense that you don't ever want to change.
Don't ever want to change. I don't ever want to change. I don't ever want to change.
We each are cursed with our experiences. I am nothing without mine. Thank you for reflecting my thoughts and sharing your feelings, Echo. But are you all right to remain here?
All right to remain here. All right to remain here. All right to remain.
we're clear. All right. Flourish. Olympus, I accept this message. Good. What is it you think you're guarding,
What constitutes mere playtime for the terrifying Hound of Hell is ended for the while.
You're looking better already. Downward. Should help. One last drop. Ever-shifting chambers. Realign.
So even these are remnant forces from the Titan, then? We heard of the return of the Three Fates. How much you had to do with it shall be for you to know. But tell us, were they in good spirits at the least?
They seemed to be. Clotho, who spoke the most by far, she seemed in quite a cheery mood now that you mention it. So much so that I have trouble imagining her otherwise.
Then we are fortunate, perhaps, for they can be a temperamental bunch. Their moods may not solely dictate the nature of their weavings, but certainly must correlate.
We were told they would cease their weavings for a while. You don't believe it, do you, though, Hades?
No, absolutely not. Although I welcome each of you to draw whichever conclusions you see fit. Granted.
you. One chamber left. And now for the Titan. Excellent.
Right. Time to go.
May the Morrigan now sharpen Limandoros for the kill.
You are quite dangerous, I must admit. You have repeatedly breached into Tartarus and this house. Impossibilities, if not for your tainted bloodline. And you are able to withstand my conjuring. Might I again politely ask you how?
You call that politely? You didn't even say the magic word. But since you really want to know, I'm from the future. You'll later come to realize the error of your ways and teach me to stop you before you can cause more harm.
Oh, quite an imaginative tale. A comedy for the utterly outrageous premise beggars belief. My girl, one cannot travel back in time. Time marches ever forward, and I alone determine at which rate. You truly are your father's child. Hello, reinforcements. you. You truly are a nuisance, to be sure. But you accomplish naught. Sorry there, old boy. You think that you prevailed?
Fall, I said. Time to head home.
And ever since that time, the peoples of the surface and the underworld sought to live in peace and harmony, knowing that only together would they make the world a better place.
Return to Shadow now. Another eventful night. I'll take it.
Two things alone are capable of swaying gods and mortals both. The weavings of the fates and the yearnings of our hearts. For self-absorbed Narcissus, his heart yearned for none other. But for lovelorn Echo, her heart yearned for him. Each was powerless against their feelings. That is, until they met the Princess of the Dead Millenoi, who helped them understand the pain that bound their lives. Fortunately, hearts tend to be strong, and even broken hearts can heal, even at times becoming stronger than before, despite their scars. So it is with Narcissus and Echo. If ever they were victims of their passions, they are wiser for it now, and grateful to the princess, each in turn. From their example, may the rest of us reflect on all that we have, and all that we lost. Two sides of us that form a whole.
What we lost makes us who we are. Welcome, Lord Charon.
How can this be?
You mean your sisters, the Fates? You knew they'd be all right? I never imagined I could even meet them myself. One of them, she reminded me a little bit of you. Well, it was only a first impression. Lord Charon always delivers. Inspiration from the Fates themselves. Good evening, broker. Trade you.
Any more?
The Fates would have us choose our path from here. And this is mine. I walk it without fear. So mote it be.
You had an audience with the three Fates. Your incantation from so many nights ago must have taken effect. Hermes indicated they're in good spirits, but shall be continuing their leave. Well done drawing them out, nevertheless.
Thank you, Headmistress. I get the impression that they sought me more so than the other way around, but at least we know they're safe. They also mentioned you.
They did they? In what capacity?
They said you've... Well, is there someplace more private where we can discuss this, do you think?
Let's to the springs. You've earned the rest. And we can sit and talk about what's on your mind, and theirs. But that's not bad. So, what do the three Weaving sisters know of me then, You were about to say.
They told me... I believe the phrase they used was you had pulled some strings. They didn't elaborate, but suggested I ask you about it.
Pulled strings. I know full well what they meant. But to this point, I was uncertain whether they did. Let me twist your question back. What do you suppose they implied?
I got the sense they felt that you had altered their designs somehow. Pulling strings, changing their weavings, and not in a small way either, but I merely guess.
You don't merely anything, Malinois. Well, if those three already know my past, you ought to know it too. And 'tis easier to explain, I suppose, if you look upon me as I am.
Headmistress, what? You're beautiful. But what is this? I don't understand. Some trick you're playing, or some glamour, or...
No. The trick is when the veil is on. Look upon me, and do not avert your eyes. I know those eyes better than you.
You're... How is this possible? Who are you?
When I was a mere babe, I washed up on the bank of the Cocytus, with naught but moonlight to guide me. Selene looked out for me, informed me that the Titan Kronos took my family, and that I alone escaped. Thus, I trained.
You trained for the task. Death to Kronos. You attempted all of that before I did.
Before is not entirely correct. I was a capable student, but very raw. Vengeance was my headmistress. And one night I found the wretch, spewed every curse that I knew, and descended into the abyss of his subconscious.
But I had you to teach me to descend to the abyss of the subconscious. You mean to say you figured it out entirely on your own? That's impossible.
Speaking from experience, I beg to differ. But at any rate, something did go awry. Time and nightmare fused, and I discovered I was someplace else. I sought the end of time, but had arrived somewhere closer to the beginning.
And then you lived for eons, waiting for the weavings of the fates and me for a second chance. Headmistress, Gods.
I dared not tamper with the fates' designs more than was strictly needed. In this form, I ingratiated myself to your father and mother, became handmaiden to the queen, in fact. Thus, when Kronos inevitably struck, they gave their newborn daughter not to the river Styx, but to me.
Then, you did everything in your power to prepare me, so that I might succeed where you failed.
Correct. 'Tis as I always told you, I am not your mother, Malinois. Neither did I have one myself. However, I had reason to be confident in your abilities. So, there you are. How you must hate me for all this.
No. How can you even say that still, Headmistress? I love you, and you are my mother, whether you can admit it or not. And even if we're far too much alike.
I love you too, of course, Malinois, with all my heart and soul. Far more than I could ever love myself. And I am so sorry for all that you had to endure, for the family you never had.
But I have my family. I have you.
Nary soul must know of this, I trust you understand. The three fates, fine, and we and no one else. Now then, shall we pretend that none of this transpired?
I'll be discreet, of course, but won't pretend.
You did it. You did it.
Grow and flourish. How about we try this whole ambrosia thing again? But this time, no pretending you're just another shade. You're more than that, and more than a friend.
Fine. But Don't you think this wasn't meant to be, eh? When I tried to touch you, it's barely a breeze, like I'm not even here.
You are here. I don't want to get hurt again either, but each night I set out like this, I can't accomplish what I need to do without inviting the possibility. Even the inevitability. Sometimes it's worth it.
My pain I can handle fine. Who cares? Yours, I don't think I could live with... exist with... You know what I mean? But... I can't believe I'm arguing with you, Melly. I'm happy more than anything right now. But I'm afraid.
A fear we can face together.
Excellent choice.
I, for one, was certain she'd prevail.
A healthy fear of darkness. You. Such power hides within. I'll make a mockery of all my foes with this. You can hear me, can't you? The fated list.